The mystical Achimota Forest. Episode 4, The Night the Forest Spoke Back. There are nights in Achimota Forest when nothing happens. People arrive. They pray. They sleep. They leave at dawn with the same questions they brought in. Those nights are common. And then there are nights when the forest responds. People who have stayed long enough learn to recognize the difference early in the evening. It starts subtly. The air feels tight, like the moment before rain that never comes. Sounds travel differently. Footsteps seem louder than they should be. Even whispers feel exposed. Insects grow restless. Birds leave earlier than usual, abandoning their usual patterns as if responding to an unspoken signal. Experienced prayer leaders notice this first. On such nights, they shorten their sessions, not because they are afraid, but because they understand timing. They say, "You don't force a response." This was one of those nights. The gathering. By sunset, more people than usual had arrived. Not together, not announced, not organized. They came separately, from different directions, carrying different intentions. Some wore white, some wore ordinary clothes. Some arrived barefoot, shoes left carefully at the forest's edge. Some brought bottles of water, notebooks, folded papers. Some brought nothing at all. No one greeted anyone, not out of hostility, but because conversation felt inappropriate, almost intrusive, like speaking during a moment that required silence. Each person settled into their own space, close enough to feel presence, far enough to maintain privacy. As darkness settled, prayers began, quiet at first, then overlapping gently, like waves that never collide. A woman sang a hymn softly under her breath, repeating the same verse again and again, as if afraid the next line might break something fragile. A man paced slowly in a small circle, repeating a single sentence he refused to explain to anyone who asked earlier that evening. Deeper in the forest, away from the cluster, a traditionalist approached a familiar tree and poured libation at its base. The liquid disappeared into the soil almost immediately. That was the first sign. Caretakers noticed it. The ground drank faster than usual. The shift. Soon after, something changed. Not suddenly, not dramatically. Candles flickered in the same direction, though there was no wind. People paused mid-prayer without knowing why. A hush spread outward, not forced, not commanded, felt. Someone whispered, almost instinctively, "It's one of those nights." No one responded. Around midnight, a young man who had been silent all evening stood up. He had not prayed aloud. He had not slept. He had not interacted with anyone. He simply stood. He did not scream. He did not shake. He did not fall. He began to speak. But the words were not his. The voice that wasn't one. He spoke calmly, without emotion. He spoke about people present, things no stranger should know. Childhood events, private regrets, conversations never repeated aloud. Each sentence landed gently, but accurately, like a finger placed on a bruise you forgot you had. People recognized themselves immediately. They did not protest. They did not deny. They lowered their eyes. No one interrupted. Caretakers later said interruption would have been disrespectful. The man did not accuse. He did not judge. He simply stated. When he finished, he sat down slowly and fell asleep where he was sitting. Deep, immediate. By morning, he remembered none of it. No dreams, no fragments, no lingering feeling. But everyone else remembered everything. Aftermath. People did not rush to talk about what happened. They left quietly. Some did not return for months. Some returned the very next night. A few never returned at all. Caretakers noticed something else. The forest felt lighter afterward. Not empty, settled, as if a conversation had concluded. What it meant. Elders later explained it simply. They said the forest does not speak often. But when it does, it uses what is available. A body, a voice, a moment when enough people are listening. They also said this kind of night does not happen often. Too much listening is required. Too much honesty. And honesty is exhausting. Since then, people still gather. They still pray. They still sleep beneath the trees. But those who were present that night behave differently. They speak less about Achimota. They listen more when others speak. And when asked if the forest ever answers prayers, They pause before responding. Then they say, "It depends on the night."